We back at it again, baby! Let's do this. Oh, man. What a show. Hello, everybody. Smells like cologne. Smells like Wrasslin. Episode 15. Very excited. Another solid episode of Dynamite. Yeah. It was a fun episode. Not gonna lie. I was into it, and the matches were pretty good. So, some stuff here or there that we'll talk about, but great stuff. Let's get right into the action. We had a pretty stacked card tonight. We had the women's, the ROH women's title unification match as the main event tonight. 2 Owen Hart Cup qualifiers and a whole bunch of other matches. Deonna Purrazzo makes her AEW debut tonight, facing Mercedes Martinez for the unified Ring of Honor Women's Championship in the main event. Purrazzo was the one holding the ROH belt, but due to commitment, she couldn't appear at Supercard, so they had an interim match in which Mercedes Martinez beat Willow Nightingale. That culminated in tonight's main event. Qualifying matches for the Owen Hart Foundation men's tournament. Jeff Hardy faces Bobby Fish. Ray Phoenix takes on Dante Martin. Both exciting shit. We're going to get into that later as well. The Blackpool Combat Club in action in a trios match. Moxley, Danielson, and Yuta versus Butcher, Blade, and Angelico. There's definitely stuff I want to talk about that. We had Santana fighting Jericho. Wardlow faces a mystery opponent. The Varsity Blondes with Julia Hart call out the House of Black. And let's get right into it. They had Adam Cole in commentary. The qualifying matches have been pretty cool, and this is being set up to be a really fun tournament. Really eclectic, a lot of different guys from different styles. The opening match of tonight was Jeff Hardy versus Bobby Fish, in which Jeff Hardy did win. To be honest, to me, it could have gone either way, but it made a little bit more sense for Jeff to win because Fish has taken a loss before. His tag team's taken a loss before. The Hardys have basically been they've been undefeated since Jeff showed up. So it did make sense really for Hardy to win the match. I guess they're gonna keep that winning streak alive. I'm assuming it's gonna end in the tournament, and I'm assuming that it'll end dirty with the Bucks interfering, and that sets up the eventual Hardys versus Bucks match. As to when that's going to happen, I have no idea. It's possible it could be set up for Double or Nothing. If they want to, blow the load on that one that quick, I don't mind. I mean, Double or Nothing needs a card, and that's a pretty awesome match. The Bucks versus the Hardys. They would definitely be good. I don't remember who's in the qualifying matches next week. I should know because I'm going, but I'll go over that as I'm going through my notes. It was Hardy that wins. The Bucks walked out at the end of the match. They had a stare down with the Hardys, and then they checked on Bobby Fish. So, I mean, obviously that's being set up. It's the obvious match. They've been setting it up in BTE. If you watch, it's the match to have. I mean, I thought obviously the Bucks should be the ones to. I don't know. It could go either way. I mean, the Bucks have lost matches too. But then again, I mean, you build up the Hardys like that means you're building them up for a title shot if they're going to be undefeated. So it could really go either way. I feel like it should lean more towards the Bucks winning because they're the younger tag team and technically they're the future, even though they're kind of established tag team on their own. But they're, that's how I don't know. It could go either way. How I would want it, I kind of want the Bucks to win. I mean, I'm probably a little bit biased because I'm a Bucks fan, but it's really nothing against the Hardys. I just think it's smart booking. They played a video, a William Regal video package. Now, they showed this on YouTube, and it was a lot longer. And to be quite honest, it just kind of got to the point where he wasn't making any fucking sense. So I liked the cut-down version of this, the unique brand of violence, blah, 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 whatever. But they're like, I thought that tonight, them fighting Butcher, Blade, and Angelico was like their truest test yet because let's be honest, all the other trios that they've been fighting are a bunch of fucking jobbers, so like whatever. The fact that they're fighting progressively more challenging trios it's encouraging to me because then that means they're going to get to like I guess say the upper echelon trios of the quote-unquote trios division. There are trios. It's a fucking trios division. There are fucking trios teams. They need fucking trios belts. All right? Josh in the chat. Do you see? There are tag teams. There are trios tag teams here. Do you see? There is an actual division. Do you see? Anywho. I mean, I wonder who that means that they're going to face. Are they going to face a House of Black? Are they going to face, I don't know, maybe a trio of the Dark Order, which I kind of think, seems lame because, like, Dark Order hasn't done much, but, like, whatever. Are they fighting Death Triangle? You know, like, there are a lot of trios that are out there, so I'm curious to see as to where that's going to go. Could they fight an Adam Cole and a Red Dragon? But them as a trio, like, they haven't really been winning. They lost that whole feud to Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus for the title, so I don't know, but like their trios matches are getting progressively better because the caliber of their opponents are better. And I say this every fucking week. If your opponents, you can't have high caliber matches unless you have a high caliber challenger and a high caliber champion. It's like, otherwise, like, it's just a fucking match. You know what I mean? Like, this is what WWE does. Like, it's gotten to the point where, like, there are no high-quality challengers, so all their matches don't mean anything. Like, this is what's happening to their divisions. Like, they're not booking competent challengers yet. So, I like the fact that, like, the Butcher, the Blade, and Angelico, that was a great match. They actually challenged that team. It didn't seem like it was a team that actually got a couple of one-ups on them, and then that was basically it. Fucking Wheeler Yuta's a star. Obviously, like, Moxley and Danielson, like, if you're gonna have them on TV and you're gonna have them in matches, make me care about the matches. And tonight I cared. I cared more about this match than any of the other trios matches that they had. So, they won, and, whatever. Like, that's it. They won. Like, what's next? I don't know. There's no belt for them. Like, this is the thing. Like, this is why I want trios belts, because it's like, now that they've won, like, what do they do? What is the purpose of a team? Are they going to be the best? Okay, what are they going to be the best of? They're going to be the best of a division. Okay, but, like, how do you decide who the best of the division is? Well, I mean, technically, you go by the person with the best record. But to be quite honest, the whole ranking system in AEW, it's all kind of fucked up. Like, there are numbers and there are wins in actual matches, but what's the meaning behind them? So, like, okay, how do you decide who's the best of a division? Technically, you crown a champion. So, like, trios titles have to fucking happen. Like, either they happen or disband every fucking trio in AEW. And that's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they've already made their bed, now they have to sleep in it. Yes, the solution would be to get rid of all the trios teams. But if they don't, but they've already gone in. Like, I think they've gone too far, like, not to have trios belts. I think they're going to be talked about at Double or Nothing. That'll probably be some kind of announcement. They're going to say, Tony Khan has a big announcement at Double or Nothing. I assume it's going to be I would say it's going to be for the trios belts, and they have a tournament this summer, and the end of that tournament ends at Dynamite Grand Slam. Because Dynamite Grand Slam was their show that they did in September. So I would say that's the big show that you do at end of summer, beginning of fall, to lead into All Out. That's just me. I know Jordan. I know. Jordan in the chat is the guy I want to be the fucking co-host of this program. Because he is the only man that I know that literally makes me doubt whether or not I should be watching WWE. And if a man could sell me on WWE, he deserves to be on this fucking program. I think it evens it out. I think it gives a fair and balanced viewpoint of everything. And he's a great guy. So, yes, Royal, yes. Everyone in the chat, tell Jordan he has to be my co-host right now. I know it's like 3 of you, so technically Josh and Royal, tell Jordan to be my fucking co-host. All right, we're going on. Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Team Taz, they're backstage. They ask about their tag title challenge. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus interrupt. They say that they're going to, give them a shot at the belts, but first Jungle Boy wants a shot at the FTW belt. I think this is the beginning of the, if it's not obvious already, the sun is setting on Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus' title reign. I think it's going to end up leading to a Jungle Boy versus Christian feud, which I think would be great. That could run throughout the summer. That could be the main event of a Dynamite or the main event of a Rampage or the main event of like a whatever, a special show that they have, because they have those quarterly shows. I guess we're due for another one, so there we go. I like Ricky Starks. I like Powerhouse Hobbs. I think they'd be a better tag team than Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, because Ricky Starks oozes charisma. I think Powerhouse Hobbs is really coming into his own, and he's just as good of a character. I wouldn't say better. I think Ricky Starks is absolutely phenomenal. He's phenomenal in the ring. He's phenomenal on the mic. He's a total package. I can't wait until they pull the trigger on this guy and give him a belt that's not the FTW belt. Give him some real camera time and let the man fucking shine. He's great on commentary. Ricky Starks is the total package. I am 100% a Ricky Starks guy. A fucking man. It's all about the doom. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. No, don't. No, if you're gonna be the Dave to my Brian, that makes you a fucking idiot. All right. How about you could be like the mad dog to my Mike Francesa? How's that? You're a New Yorker and a Met fan. I know you know who those guys are. Let me know if I'm right about that, Jordan. All right. Let's see what we got here. I think Jungle Boy loses, obviously. There's no way they're taking the FTW title off of Ricky Starks, and there's no way they're putting 2 titles on Jungle Boy. I think he loses. I think it starts the beginning of a rift between him and Christian. I think that carries over into their next title match, and whoever the next guys, I guess if they're challenging at the pay-per-view, whoever the next guys are that are serious challengers for the fucking tag titles, they're winning them shits. The question is who? Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland backstage, another cool pairing. I like it. I like how Swerve is kind of just like the no nonsense, I'm gonna tell it like it is kind of guy. I like how Keith Lee is like the well-spoken powerhouse giant or whatever. Like, I like them as a duo. I think it's pretty cool. And I also think that the rivalry that they're having with Starks and Hobbs is a great rivalry. And I know it's not for any titles, but I think it's for a great series of matches. So I'm all for that. All 4 guys I'm fans of. As long as they're getting TV time, especially as a tag team, I think they can pull it off. I think it's great shit. I like the whole Swerve in their glory. Okay, so they got a catchphrase or whatever. I get that. I guess that means they're going to be each other for a while. If there's nothing to do in the singles division, it kind of makes sense to make these tag teams. But like I said before, make their matches meaningful. Put them up against other guys. Make us care about it. Either A, it's 2 good teams facing off, one's good guys, one's bad guys or whatever, or you have a really intense rivalry or some sort of like dispute for some reason to kind of spice it up. So, I mean, yeah, Jordan, I am all for of FTR holding as many belts as they want. FTR comes in and they beat Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus and they win the tag titles. I'm all fucking for that. I'm all fucking for them winning the IWGT, the New Japan tag titles at Forbidden Door. I'm also for that as well. Give them all the belts. They're due. They're quite possibly the greatest tag team of our generation, and in terms of all-around wrestling ability and their character work and the quality of the feuds that they had. I mean, granted, they're fighting high caliber guys. They're fighting guys like the Young Bucks. They're fighting guys like Santana and Ortiz. They're fighting guys like like the Lucha Bros. They're probably gonna end up fighting guys like the Hardys. I am all for FTR holding as many belts as humanly fucking possible. Shout out to Jordan in the chat. Wardlow comes out handcuffed. No music. Okay. I thought that out of the series of matches that Wardlow has had against these schmucks that fucking MJF has sent towards him, I thought this was the best out of all of them. I thought William Morrissey, formerly known as Big Cass, I thought they put on a pretty solid match. I thought it was awesome that Wardlow powerbombed him. I think it was smart that he only did it once, because there's no fucking way either of them had the gas to do it for a second time. But yeah. Oh, Doom, that reminds me of another trio. Santana Ortiz and Eddie Kingston. Have them go up against Blackpool Combat Club? Oh my God. Oh, that'd be fantastic. A trios tournament is coming. The end. All right, so, MJF comes out with Shawn Spears. He fucking says he fucking hates Baltimore. He's going to watch the match in the back. He introduces W. Morrissey. Big Cass comes out. like I said, I thought it was a pretty solid match. The crowd, it was a little bit, you could tell that Cass knew that he was coming out to an audience that knew him. I think he knew the moment he was in. I think that he was better off playing it as a heel, and I think that he really couldn't help. I think he just couldn't help himself. He kind of tried to placate to the crowd. Like heels don't really like do that shit. So like, I don't care that people knew him. Like if he was going to be a heel, he should have acted the part and not kind of played to the crowd. That all changed in the middle of the match when they started chanting, "We want Enzo," and then there was another half of the crowd chanting, "No, we don't." Then he went out and he kind of flipped off the fans, and I was like, all right, full heel mode, do it. Maybe he needed that from the crowd. Fine, fuck it, man. You're a heel. You shouldn't be making lovey-dovey to the fans anyways. You should be telling them to fuck off regardless. Like, that's your shtick. Wardlow is the face. They're not supposed to be cheering you. They're supposed to be cheering Wardlow. So I do like that the kind of fans kind of kicked him into heel gear and kind of stopped the bullshit. So thought it was a great match. I thought now was the time to put Wardlow on the mic. He said he was not going to stop. He was not going to rest. It doesn't matter how many security he threw at him, no matter how big they were, he was going to go after MJF. So sure enough, MJ finally set up the match. So it's probably going to be the match at Double or Nothing. There's going to be stipulations. I get to see them live. He's going to do the contract signing in Long Island, so I'm super fucking excited about that. We're going to definitely go over that Dynamite card because it's fucking stacked, and I'm very, very stoked to actually be at that show. So, I thought it was one of the best. I thought it was one of the best Wardlow matches I've seen, and I think Wardlow's. Here's the thing, if we're going by my theory of how the booking is going to go, or I guess you could say, if I were Tony, what would I do? I would book Wardlow to win, beat MJF, but I would also book MJF to win the Joker, to be the Joker in the Casino Battle Royal and win that title shot. That's what I would do. I would quite possibly book Wardlow versus MJF to open up the show, so that he's already had that loss, and then a couple of matches have gone by, and then they do the ladder match, and then he shows up. I think it would be funny if everyone was laid out, he showed up holding his back because he got powerbombed into oblivion and still fucking wins. So that's how I think it's going to go down when this is all over. Because otherwise, like what? Like, you're going to leave all this and then Wardlow loses, and then what? Like, where does he go from there? He should go on a string of matches. He should get a fucking title shot. He should be one of the challengers for CM Punk's title reign, because Wardlow was the only guy who really beat CM Punk, except Max got involved and everything got all fucked up. So it makes sense. Like, have Wardlow be one of the first contenders for CM Punk's title reign. There's history there. It makes sense. There ain't gonna be no DCW fucking team up at UBS. All right? Unless you got a ticket and Primetime gets one, and I don't even know. I don't know. Don't fucking get my hopes up, Doom. That's some bullshit. All right? Let's see. So they did another another promo segment with Ruby Soho, Tony Storm, Britt Baker, and Jamie Hayter.
Come get on the train.
I mean, listen, I love all four of these women. I really fucking do. But, like, this is like the umpteenth time we've had a promo segment with them. I don't know what else needs to be said. You've built up this tag match. It better it better be fucking good. That's all I gotta say. Like, it should be a good match. With the quality of wrestler between those four women, they should put on a great tag match. Because isn't that supposed to be a precursor for this Owen Hart tournament that the women are doing? You know what I mean? Like, I should be just as excited, but let's go. Like, let's get the show on the road. So I'm excited for the match. I've been waiting for it to happen. I'm eager to see it. I'm excited for it. I'm just kind of done with the teasing. Like, let's go. So that's a Rampage show. It's probably happening as we speak in Baltimore. Hangman Adam Page had a promo. I thought it was pretty interesting. He didn't necessarily go heel, but it's like he's not like, to be quite honest, he's not going to suck CM Punk's dick. This guy's the champion. Who gives, everyone loves CM Punk. Hangman Adam Page is the AEW World Champion, all right? He fucking gushes over no one. So, yeah, he should sound annoyed that it's the CM Punk love fest and I love Bret Hart and da-da-da-da-da. Let's go. So, I'm excited. Obviously, this is going to end up leading to a one-on-one face-off between the two of them, and they'll cut promos. I think CM Punk is going to win. I don't think Hangman's the guy to beat him. I think Hangman had a solid title run. I mean, it could have been better, but if you're not going to book competent champions, his reign was as good as it can be. And it's no fault on fucking Hangman. I just kind of feel like, like I say every week, just the caliber of champions wasn't as great. I thought the Danielson matches were absolutely phenomenal. Did he have a match with Moxley? I don't even remember. That would have been a great match. And Hangman, yeah, 100%, Jordan, 100%. He didn't sound like a puss. He didn't sound like, I'm just so gosh darn happy to be the gosh darn champion. And, I just want to be a good man. And, no, have some bass in your goddamn voice. You're the goddamn champion, all right? You beat the best wrestler in the world, Kenny Omega, and then you beat the other best wrestler in the world, Bryan Danielson. Let's fucking go. So, yeah, I thought this was the best promo that Hangman did. I think he absolutely should have cut that kind of promo, but I also think his time is up. I think it'll be the Summer of Punk. I think All Out in Chicago, MJF versus CM Punk as the main event, and he beats CM Punk and cuts CM Punk's title reign short. I don't think CM Punk should have a long title reign anyways. I think like a 3 to 4 month title reign I think is pretty solid. You know what I mean? Have him defend the belt at like Grand Slam in a great match or whatever if that's what you want to do, but otherwise, I don't think he should have more than like a 5-month reign. I think it should go from Double or Nothing to All Out. And that's it. He wins a couple of high-profile matches on TV. He wins a high-profile match at something like a Grand Slam. And then he loses to MJF in Chicago and closes out that storyline. But, it's only you guys are exactly right. The company's only in its 3rd year. Hangman's going to have other title reigns. The guy's 29, 30? I mean, he's going to, unless he goes to WWE or somewhere else, he's going to be an AEW guy for the foreseeable future. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. This was a great introduction to the world of Hangman Adam Page, and I think that if the booking gets better and they learn from their mistakes, he's only destined to have better title reigns. They're doing Konosuke I can't pronounce that name, but they got some guy coming in for Rampage. Konosuke Takashita. The cameras cut backstage. They did a whole Jay Lethal thing with Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh. Lethal challenge Takashita for a match on Rampage. This is a match that I obviously expect Jay Lethal to win, but, I've seen this guy before on Dark, and he's really talented, so this should be a pretty cool match, I mean, yes, it's not going to be a high-profile match. I know that's not for a title. I know Jay Lethal's kind of just in, the mid-card doing some things or whatever, but as a wrestling fan, I'm excited to see the match that they're going to put on, so it should be really cool. Jericho defeats Santana. Listen. I don't see Santana and Ortiz and Kingston gaining the upper hand unless they get 2 other guys. And, not for nothing, but, they keep on mentioning it's the 5-on-3, it's the 5-on-3, it's the 5-on-3. It's the 5-on-3, fellas. You guys keep on getting outmatched every single time, and now Eddie Kingston's half of his face got lit on fire. Either they're going to bring in 2 guys to help out Santana and Ortiz, or something has to happen to take 2 guys off the shelf permanently. Blow up a car, drop a brick on them, drop the stage on them. I don't know, but thank you. Yeah, writing it doesn't mean that you can fucking pronounce it, Doom, all right? But anywho, let's go. This has to go somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm assuming that this match is going to have a culmination at Double or Nothing. Like I said, that card really hasn't been formed outside of the Casino Battle, the Casino Battle Royal and the Actually, it's a casino ladder match, right? For Double or Nothing, it's a casino ladder match. I honestly don't remember. I think it's a battle royal. Aside from that and the title match, what other match was booked? Serena Deeb versus Thunder Rosa, but like that's it. Like something else has got to be booked. So Santana lost and they did the freaking tag team and he hit him in the dick and match over. There you go. What else did you expect? Samoa Joe addressed Jay Lethal. He said he was coming for Lethal on Rampage. I assume that's going to end up with some sort of stare down between them after Lethal's match. So, you know, that's leading up to that match. That match is going to be awesome. Maybe it'll happen at Double or Nothing. Maybe it'll happen at a Ring of Honor pay-per-view. We don't know. Gun Club was backstage. They came to the Acclaim with gifts. The Gun Club was like, we talked to Papa. Those fucking idiots. They got the Acclaim actual scissors because of the whole everyone loves the Acclaim scissoring thing. And they all scissored each other, so they're a group. Cool. Varsity Bonds called out the House of Black. I mean, listen, Pillman Jr., he doesn't have a lot of time on the mic, especially on a stage like Dynamite, so, like, I technically can't, like, expect too much from it, but, like, it was a rough promo. It sounded like it was heavily memorized. He said it very slowly so he could not mess up his words, and it's the thing that they teach everybody in WWE. It's a classic promo for someone who kind of doesn't know how to cut promos, so it is what it is. I really was fucking hoping that they did the full turn on Julia Hart tonight. If there was ever a time to do it, that crowd was primed. If it was me and I were Tony, I would have somehow got word to one of these guys and called an audible and say, Turner, now, have her hit him with the chair. That crowd would have popped, it would have been fucking awesome, and it would have finally been over. But now everyone's like, what the fuck? And she was in the ring for the entire commercial break and was still in the fucking ring when fucking Dante Martin was coming out. What was she doing? Get her out! I don't understand. But she ripped the eye patch off. You really couldn't see anything, but you could tell she has her face painted like the House of Black. Like, let's go. Pull the trigger on this already, please. Death Triangle ran out and House of Black ran away. Jade Cargill, Mark Sterling and the baddies were backstage. Mark Sterling and Jade Cargill put over Red Velvet, who qualified for the Owen Hart women's bracket. And Jade said that Red Velvet's going to be the winner, and there's going to be 2 champions on the team. So, cool. We'll see. Owen Hart Foundation Cup qualifier for the men's bracket, Rey Fenix and Dante Martin. So excited to have Phoenix back. Great fucking match between the two of them. This was destined to be a high-flying match. If you're not a fan of, like, lucha and high-flying, you're not going to be a fan of this match, but it was the most hype that the crowd got pretty much for the entire show, to be quite honest. Why? Because they do spectacular athletic things in the ring, and people like seeing spectacular athletic stuff. You know what I mean? I guess the athletic stuff appeals more to the casual, and I think as you really start to, it appealed to me. And I feel like as I watched more wrestling, I got more into the technical side. So, like, if they have a good mix of both on the show, I think it appeals to the casual and the non-casual. So having a match with Rey Fenix and Dante Martin, I think was a good thing. You know what I mean? I gave us whatever. We'll talk about the main event after, but, like, they gave us our wrestling matches and the stuff for the hardcore fans, and, like, Dante Martin versus Rey Fenix was a match I thought that was good for casual fans. Because a lot of exciting shit happened. They're really athletic, and they're good in the ring. And Dante Martin's phenomenal. This guy has... he's going to be the guy, like, once you build him up, he's going to be the guy you turn to if a guy like Rey Fenix goes on the shelf. Like, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So, like, exciting shit. And Dante Martin's got an upside because he's got a tag team partner, just like Rey Fenix does. I would throw a lot of money at Dante Martin, because he's a double threat. Just like Ciampa or Gargano. Great, fantastic match. A lot of high-flying shit. Phoenix got the win. So, like, he's part of the tournament. Great fucking brackets in this tournament is being built up. We'll go over... let's go over the opening round matches right now. It's going to be Rey Fenix versus Kyle O'Reilly. Jeff Hardy versus Darby Allin, which I believe is a match next week. I'm going to see that live. That's going to be awesome. Actually, I think all the first round matches might be happening that week. Because Adam Cole versus Dax Harwood is next week, and Samoa Joe. Oh no, the Samoa Joe is fighting a Joker. We don't know who this guy is. I mean, is it going to be Jay Lethal? And they have their match in that bracket? I don't know. I don't know who it could be. Oh yeah, the Jericho match was all right. I just, we got Doom in the chat. He liked the Jericho match. The Jericho match wasn't bad. I just think that the storyline needs to kind of progress. I also think Jericho needs to take some time off of TV. He's the Wizard now. I'm like, okay, like, it's kind of funny. Like, I like it, but like, I think Jericho needs some time off television and reinvent himself, because we've kind of had nonstop Jericho for 3 years. So I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of a time where we haven't seen him for a really long time, and I can't really remember. Thunder Rosa came out on stage. Oh no, actually they had a segment with Darby Allin and talking about it's going to be a special night. Sting said they're going to pull out all the stops. Like, Darby Allin versus Jeff Hardy is going to be a really cool match. I'm really fucking excited for that. Thunder Rosa came out on stage. She kind of did the whole spiel. I've had my struggles. I've had these matches. I win, blah, blah, blah. And she said that she used to go and travel 8 hours to see one female wrestler in particular, and it was Serena Deeb. So, Serena Deeb came out. All right, listen, like, it was a promo. You know what I mean? Like, there's been talk about the women's division lately. I believe Becky Lynch came out and said that, like, they're not even in the same league. They have the best women's division. A lot of people have come out and criticized AEW's women's division. And I don't believe listen, there's a lot of fucking morons out there that'll say a lot of stupid shit. I'm going to say my opinion. And I can only speak for myself. I think that, listen, like, when you have a show, it's like a 2-hour show, you're watching everything, right? And a lot of the guys in the men's division, like, they're names we know, they're well-established guys, and, you get excited for the matches because of the caliber of the wrestling. And, like, to be honest, there are a lot of big-name men on this program. You got guys like Adam Cole, you got guys, like CM Punk, like Bryan Danielson, like Jon Moxley, like, you have a lot of, like, like Hangman Adam Page, like, you have a lot of Kenny Omega. You have a lot of, like, big, huge names in the men's division. And I think that puts a lot of pressure on the women's division to really step up, because they have to match the quality of the match. Listen, I don't care if it's men or women. No matter where you are on the card, it's your job to either match or surpass the quality and the momentum of the match, either before you or ahead of you. All right? And if you're going to put a women's match in between a match between like, I don't know, like Moxley and Danielson and, Dante Martin and Rey Fenix, right? And you're going to put on, Anna Jay versus Abaddon. There's going to be in the show. And to be honest, like, the reason I think the fact that because everyone's booked in WWE so mediocre, it's, like, everyone's an anyone in that roster. You know what I mean? So, like, there's like one or two people who get the shine, and that's pretty much it. There are a lot of young and inexperienced wrestlers in the women's division. Like, we're seeing Anna Jay kind of, like, become her own wrestler in front of our very eyes. We're seeing girls like, Ty Conte, like, coming into their own and honing their craft. We have Thunder Rosa, like Britt Baker was like a huge breakout star of the division. Jade Cargill, Red Velvet, Kiera Hogan. You have girls like, like Julia Hart's 20 years old. Sky Blue, I think, is like 19 or 20. So, like, there are, and to be quite honest, the majority of the women's division in the WWE has kind of cut their teeth through the NXT division. They got, like, say what you will about the booking, because, let's be honest. If you're, the booking in WWE is dog shit, but that doesn't take away from the talent of the female wrestlers that they have. Alexa Bliss is solid. Becky Lynch is obviously great. Charlotte, Sasha, Bayley, Bianca Belair. You know, like there are Liv Morgan is getting a lot better. You know, Natalia, even though her character's been bleh, like milk since like forever, you know, she knows what she's doing in the ring. Like there is more established talent in the WWE, but I think it's just virtue of they're a more seasoned roster than the AEW roster is. And yes, I will say that the booking hasn't done the women's division much favors either. So I do think that if Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb are going to have a match, it better be a fucking awesome one. Because you have two of the self-proclaimed best wrestlers in the women's division. I think a lot of fans would agree. They have to put on a great match. So they've built up Serena Deeb. She's crushed everybody. Your Thunder Rosa's Thunder Rosa, and she's the champion. Let's go, ladies. Put on a banger match. That should be a match that fucking... Listen, they need to put on a match that is a contender for match of the night. Period. And to be honest, I don't care where you are in the card. That should be your goal. To have match of the night. Put on match of the night, ladies. You have the caliber to fucking do it. I think you could do it. I'm excited to see it happen. Let's fucking go. You know? Oh, fucking... Dude, there's women, I forgot about Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is a star, I completely forgot because she's just another person. Oh, man. Lineup for Rampage this Friday, which is pretty much going on as we speak, if I'm not mistaken. The tag match between Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm and Ruby Soho. This is another example of you are the four self-proclaimed best women wrestlers on the roster. Put on an awesome match. That crowd in Baltimore right now, after that main event, it was all right. Put on a banger, ladies. Seriously, you have the talent to do it. So do it. We have Konosuke Takashita versus Jay Lethal, as I mentioned earlier. Hook versus JD Drake. I assume this will be another chapter in the Hookhausen saga, if that ever happens. Owen Hart Foundation Cup qualifying match. Riho versus Yuka Sakazaki. I assume Riho's going to win because she's the more established of the two. And obviously she's, I think she's a solid wrestler as well. So I'm excited to see her in the tournament. Like also, this tournament should be an opportunity for great women's wrestling. Now's the time to prove it. I would hope and assume that Tony gives you all the time and enough time to put on worthwhile matches. So I'm excited to see it happen. I see the talent in that bracket. I'm expecting good things. Dynamite lineup for next week. Oh, mama, what a good one. Darby Allin versus Jeff Hardy in a qualifying match. Adam Cole versus Dax Harwood I'm sorry, these are all quarterfinal matches. I apologize. MJF versus Wardlow contract signing. The FTW championship is on the line. Ricky Starks versus Jungle Boy. CM Punk versus John Silver, which should be a fun match. As of right now, the double or nothing lineup is as follows. The World Championship is on the line. Hangman Adam Page, the champion, versus CM Punk. The AEW Women's World Championship is on the line. Thunder Rosa versus Serena Deeb. The Men's Owen Hart Cup Final and the Women's Owen Hart Cup Final. So this should be some of the two best wrestlers in both the men's and the women's division putting on a great match. I'm very excited for that. John Silver addresses CM Punk in a video promo saying he's going to be wrestling in his hometown of Long Island next week. That's right. And he's the Meat Man. Going to definitely be cheering on the Meat Man because CM Punk said some shit about Long Island the last time he was here. So fuck him. I'm going for John Silver. But we all know who's going to win. The undisputed Ring of Honor Women's World Championship match. Mercedes Martinez. Surprisingly, I honestly thought Deonna Purrazzo was going to win. But Mercedes Martinez taps out. Deonna Purrazzo in the middle of the ring. It was all right. It wasn't anything special. It was a solid match. I just really couldn't really get into it. But it was a good match. I wanted Deonna Purrazzo to win. I'm definitely a fan. I think she's great. I think Mercedes Martinez is solid, but I think, if you're going to be looking forward into the future of the women's division, Deonna Purrazzo is definitely there. I don't care what promotion she's in. she's going to be one of their top people. So maybe this leads for an eventual face turn and a win by her down the line. So I don't know. I think she's the Rhea de Reyes champion, so she still holds a belt. She could go and win the Impact Women's belt, which she might actually even have. I don't even know at this point. But that pretty much was it. That was it for tonight. Yeah, there wasn't really anything setting up that. Yeah, you're right. There wasn't really anything setting up anything, Royal. So it kind of is what it is. But yeah, that's the review for tonight. Rampage will be on Friday at a special time at 5:30. So, anything noteworthy happens on Rampage, obviously we'll talk about it. But otherwise, I will not be doing a show next week. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I will not be doing a show Wednesday night after Dynamite because I will actually be there watching Rampage. So, I will do a show on Thursday. The first half of it is going to be my thoughts on Rampage and my time there. And the second part will be a spoiler review of Rampage. So first half's gonna be Dynamite. I probably said Rampage, but whatever. It's gonna be Dynamite for the first half of the show, and then a spoiler show of Rampage in the second half next Thursday. Same time, around 11 o'clock. Same time as I try and do on a Wednesday. Great interaction in the chat tonight. I had a lot of fun talking with you guys. Jordan, thanks for being part of the conversation. Royal, Doom, Josh. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody, but thank you guys for watching. It means a lot to me. I have a lot of fun talking with you guys. Even if it's just even for the small group of you guys every Wednesday, I would still do this every week because I have a great time. Thank you very much for watching the show. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time.